Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 340. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Siniti.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
I'm back.
And Tony Korkanakis.
And better than ever? Question mark?
Well, I'd say so. I mean,
hopefully.
Today's better than the last.
Hopefully well rested, right? You get some sleep over there?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So welcome, listeners and viewers, to episode 340 Moviecast. We have a ginormous box office to talk about real quick here. The fate of those Furious, I guess, aren't hanging in the balance anymore because they just smashed worldwide box office hits, right?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's not going anywhere.
Huge.
Yes, but here it's okay only.
Well,
doesn't matter.
Here's actually it's pretty strong.
It does.
100 million is very strong opening. It doesn't have the Paul Walker passing away inflation this time.
Okay.
So that's kind of what. Sorry, I'm moving that in the screen a little bit because I want to get this pick me up more. But that's what inflated the last movie, I think, by about 40.
Well, by inflating just by opening weekend, I still think this franchise has a lot of legs and it's not going anywhere.
Well, the funny part about that is there is what is this ginormous feud going on between Vin Diesel and The Rock? Did you guys hear about this? I forgot to post this on the news.
There's no actual substance to this feud, though.
No, there is. There actually is. So, everything I've read, there's always this constant feud going on.
I believe The Rock made one comment a while ago that some of his male co-stars are candy asses or something along those lines.
Yeah, and now we're hearing that the post-credit scene in this movie...
Well, you don't mess with family, Jim. No. You don't mess with family.
The post-credit scene in this movie was pulled due to Vin Diesel's request because it featured The Rock and Jason Statham.
Well, the last
and they never
time...
asked his permission for it. That
sounds like a dubious piece of news, but okay.
I mean, The Rock was in a bumper sequence with Eva Mendes.
Well, I'm not saying, but they didn't. It's not even about.
So it's not like it hasn't happened.
It's about not going to Vin Diesel for approval, and there's a lot of I was trying to read more about it today. This massive feud going on.
Is it massive because it's just a big dude looking at a slightly less big dude?
I'm using those words. I'm choosing them properly. The massive feud between the dwarfed Vin Diesel, who must have just the inferiority complex because The Rock just dwarfs him, as opposed to I don't know. I feel like, where is this?
I don't know. I also heard same things that have come out and said, "Oh, this whole thing is overblown. It's kind of not real." But
yeah, I think it's just a publicity thing. It seems like.
Oh, maybe, but.
Rock bringing his professional wrestling background up, get a nice fake feud going.
Mm-hmm. Got to get the publicity out there.
But anyway, worldwide this was huge. But worldwide has all these variables to it, like how many theaters it's opening in, what countries are not banning it. They're opening at the same time as opposed to not. So
money is money at the end of the day.
I understand that, but I don't. There's just so many factors with worldwide. I don't even pay that much attention to it.
It took down Star Wars though. I mean, that's huge.
For the opening weekend. But Star Wars probably came out with a staggered release, didn't it? Worldwide, it didn't come out in every theater at once, right?
The big markets.
That's where it doesn't. I mean, again,
I think all the big
at the end of the day, it's $500 million already.
Yeah,
I know, but.
I can think of a few studios that would be more than happy to see that money.
It's one of those statistics I'll put an asterisk next to.
Listen,
it's fine.
Listen, it's well on pace to clear $1 billion. There's no question about that.
Is it going to get $1 billion?
I think so. Do you think the drop off will be? You think the drop off?
I don't know.
Great?
What did the last one do? Did the last one do $1 billion?
I don't think it did.
Doing it live.
We do everything live and then record it. So you can see it a day later. Doing it live.
Well, that's true. It's all live, and then we just 1.52 billion.
So that was $1.5 billion.
1.5. Wow. I thought it was going to be about the 1.2, 1.3 maybe most, but.
Yeah, I mean, clearing $1 billion is going to be easy for this franchise, which is insane considering you're on the 8th movie. And
They've lost one of their principal actors.
Yeah, those legs got to be tired, right? I mean, they got to be tired at some point.
That's why The Rock's here. He's been, propping up
Statham.
the whole thing.
And Statham.
Now Statham. Jesus. This is becoming the new Expendables since the Expendables have pretty much fizzled out.
Been diffused.
That's what. Yeah, I mean, that's what this is really, and I was gonna go there too, but like, I love this franchise. I think it's really fun. I
wanted to see it
find it to be enjoyable to just turn your brain off and just
I've watched one of these movies so far, and that was amazing.
I like how it's like gone from basically a rip-off of Point Break to what it is now. It's like it knows what it is.
What is it now?
It embraces. It's just a
movie.
Not always.
I don't think this one was a heist movie. I mean, at least from the trailers, it doesn't look like it.
It's just a big action set piece in Blockbuster. You don't have that often. That's why, when they are out there, like Transformers, you mentioned in the chat, Slack or before, Tony's like, with Transformers, it's just a big action sequence with a lot of things going on, explosions and robots and stuff. It's just like, it scratches an itch for people that...
But don't we have superhero movies coming out constantly for that?
They try to be different superhero movies, I think. And especially...
Mike, aren't you always complaining that there's too many superhero movies coming out?
I'm not the one who's talking about me. I'm talking about in general.
Wait,
why would you bring this point up? I don't understand. You're like,
why does
the superhero market is saturated?
Be about one thing, and you have to talk about other things that have nothing to do with this all the time.
But you're mentioning. We're talking about Fast and the Furious, and then we're talking about Transformers, and it's scratching an itch. And you're like, but superhero movies do that
because
too.
there's so many of them. You don't need other fucking movies because they're action movies and they do the same thing.
I think, but though there's more like a thinking man's action film. I think that's why, Mike.
Superhero movies.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on sometimes with superhero movies that you have to pay attention to.
They're not really. I wouldn't consider a lot of them popcorn flicks. I wouldn't. Like, this is not meant to have like that deep thought, like drama.
I mean, I do think they are different. And like Fast and the Furious and Civil War are both like a bunch of people coming together to do stuff, but they're different. Like, they're not the same. So
the reason why you don't get too many more of these action movies lately, like you're saying, is because superhero movies have taken most of that market.
Right, and so maybe that's why this is doing as well as it has, because it actually is. It's a break from the superhero film, even though these characters are superheroes. I mean, let's be real, they are superheroes.
Like I said, I saw the trailer with not a trailer, a clip on a late night show with The Rock, and he was in like handcuffs, and then he broke out of them, and I'm like, he would have been a better Luke Cage.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway,
he would have been a better anybody. Like, he's just a beast of a man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he is. Yeah. So,
what's second place, Jim? We haven't even gotten to second place yet.
Nah.
Does second place matter?
Not really.
Probably
what
not.
Was it?
It's
I
had to reopen the box office because I closed it when we were arguing
Boss Baby.
about. Yeah, it's Boss Baby at number 2. 15 million. We have Beauty and the Beast.
Baldwin.
Beauty and the Beast at 13.
Crossed the billion.
Crossed the billion mark for Disney. The first movie this year for any company that crossed the billion. Smurfs, and then Going in Style. So
Smurfs bombed.
Yes, it did.
Yep. Nobody even knew it came out, I think.
I knew it came out because I saw some fucking commercials. I'm like, why does anybody want to see this movie?
I'm just glad there's no live action people in it. That's what I was happy to hear about.
Wait, wasn't there live action people in the last one?
There was like Neil.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad there aren't.
Yeah. I was just making sure because I'm sorry, I didn't see the first one. Did you?
No,
I saw the commercial.
Then why did
that's
act
the thing
like
that
I
sticks
should have
out.
known that?
Because you saw the commercial for this one. I didn't even see the commercial for this one.
So I saw the commercial for this one. I mean, I saw the commercial for the first one.
Yeah, by association, dude.
Okay. I mean, I vaguely remember it, yes, but I'm just confirming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I mean, that's the thing that sticks out.
Ghost in the Shell
it's not...
bombed. Power Rangers bombed. They're both dead. I don't think we're going to see sequels to either of those.
Sure. I agree. I think they're both franchises that are gone.
Well, how did they do overseas?
Well, that's what I mean.
Did Power Rangers do that bad or not? I thought it did okay.
Because like Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, did like 30 million here, and it did like 300 million worldwide.
Yeah, no, it's neither one of those are getting it. In China, Ghost in the Shell went from like 30 or like 40 million to like It had like a 97% drop. It was ridiculous. I've never seen that happen before.
Wow.
It's absurd.
I saw like stats are funny because some Shia LaBeouf movie had like a 200% increase, and it's because
like
one person saw it the first week and 3 people saw it this next week.
Oh man, that movie's a bomb. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So.
But in any case.
All right, let's talk about Star Wars.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about Star Wars. That was the big news over the weekend. Star Wars Celebration occurred. We've gotten some great information.
Trying to avoid this is very difficult.
Listen, Corey and I, as we've said a million times, the game is on. We are not going to watch the trailers for The Last Jedi.
Why? It's so dumb. Why?
Why? I just want to see what it's like experiencing a movie without ever seeing footage from that movie.
I'm trying to avoid as much as possible because I have to say,
it's impossible to avoid everything. Like it's impossible.
Oh, of course. Well, when you're as far as we are with this type of culture and these movies, of course, it's going to be difficult because it's just going to pop up here and there randomly, and you may even get spoiled from not even being in the same form or whatever. But like experiencing Girl on the Train, whatever that movie was, and never hearing or seeing a trailer or knowing anything about this movie, that changed my experience for it. And actually, I feel like I want to try that for something else that I do like.
And I've done it as well, not only for that, but Jason Bourne. The first Jason Bourne movie. I had never seen anything about it, and I went to the theaters and saw it.
But you have no preconceived notions of either of those things.
Sure.
Star Wars, you have preconceived notions. Like, oh my god, do you think you're going to see a lightsaber in this movie?
No, I just want to know what it's like experiencing Star Wars.
I absolutely agree that you know things are going to happen. Luke Skywalker will be in this film. Kylo Ren will be in this film. Rey will be in this film. The black guy will be in this film.
Finn Jones. Wow. No, that's not wrong. That's wrong. That's Iron Fist.
That's why I didn't go there.
Wow, there we go.
It's just Finn.
John Boyega.
John Boyega. He's going to be in this movie.
He's in Pacific Rim
too. We know
too.
Stormtroopers will be in this movie.
I didn't even like his character, but I remember his name.
We're gonna have these iconic things happen, but it's like when you see a trailer and you see a scene, and sometimes these scenes like take place in the end of the movie, and you're like, wait, how come we haven't seen the scene yet? And you start thinking about that as you're watching the film.
Okay.
I want to try to avoid.
Sometimes they're not even in the movie, though. Like Rogue One.
Sometimes they're not.
Like, listen,
half
Mike,
of that wasn't in the movie.
After I see this movie, how about I watch the trailers after and just see?
You're not gonna make it. And so now, can we discuss things that people learned from the trailer, or we can't do that either? No.
I want you guys to tell me your impressions of what you thought of the trailer.
Well, we can't because we need to. You're gonna get spoiled on like one sentence from the trailer because everyone's talking about it.
Mike, did you like the teaser trailer for The Last Jedi?
Who cares? Because I can't get into it.
Yeah, I agree. Like this is going to be really dumb to not talk about it for the next.
I don't mind you guys talk. You guys can talk about it. Just tell me when you're
no Star Wars for the rest of the year. Star Wars is over. No Star Wars the rest of the year. That's it. We're done.
No, it's fine. Carrie Fisher's only appearing in Episode 8. She won't be in 9. There's news. See, we're talking about Star Wars.
That's spoilery too.
Yes, it is. But I'm talking about it. Like I'm just telling you guys. Like we're not going to watch the footage of the trailer. That's it. I mean, to avoid all like. Everything about it.
So wait, you're saying we could talk about what we saw in the trailer?
No,
I can recite lines from this trailer, and you won't get mad.
That's why I wanted this to be specified in the Slack.
I want you guys to discuss a trailer like we discuss every other trailer, and not deep dive into this thing to discuss scene for scene. We never do that.
We're not talking
for
about
any
scenes,
trailer.
There is literally one sentence that makes the whole trailer relevant or not. In this case,
Is it something about Luke saying, "I am the last Jedi"?
No, not quite.
Because I think that's that's the only thing I can think of.
I'm surprised you haven't been spoiled yet about what this is.
Then this is even better. Please don't tell me this. I mean, you go ahead, talk about it.
I can't.
Jim's out.
The trailer looked okay. It looked about.
I will take my headphones out too if we have to.
Give
us
a thumbs up when you're done, guys. How about that?
We're gonna have contentless impressions of a trailer. It looked fine. What do you want me to say? There we go. Tony.
So all I'm saying is, guys, you can talk about it. How about that? Why don't we just you guys talk, and Corey and I can just do this, and then you give us a thumbs up when you're done.
Whatever. No, I don't have anything else to say about it.
That is ridiculous.
There's not enough to it, really, for me to say anything else about it unless I get into that one thing.
Corey,
there's only one interesting thing about the trailer, and it's only worth like a discussion. I can't be like, okay, that was a trailer.
You and Mike can have a discussion. I mean, that's fine. What is the big problem here?
You'd have to see the trailer to know what the big problem is. There's literally one thing you take out of that trailer, pretty much. Otherwise, it's just like things we know that are going to be there, and then there's just like a sentence, and that's it. And we can't get into that, I guess.
I have an idea of what it is, but we'll see. Just from the poster, I have an idea. Am I right?
I mean, the thing is,
no.
I'm not telling you shit unless you watch this trailer.
Corey, you need to speak up and voice your opinion. If you want them to talk about the trailer, you can.
I guess that's fine. If they want to talk about it, it's hard with what we do to not find things out. I don't know what this whole one line thing is, but if we have to discuss it.
That's fine.
We wouldn't be able to discuss it. That's the only problem. Is because we haven't seen the trailer.
We're not going to watch the trailers. You guys can talk about it. We're not going to watch the video footage. How about that? It still stands by that.
If that's the rule, then that's fine. But
I mean, that's you're right. You guys, we need to talk about it on the podcast because our listeners and viewers probably want to know what we're talking, what we think of it.
I'm sure they would like to hear our opinions. It's just going to be difficult to have an opinion if you don't see it.
That Corey and I are not watching these trailers. We're going to try it for this movie. Like, who does that anymore? Nobody. We're going to give it a shot.
I know, but I
watch the trailer for every other film I've been interested in, so it's like it's fine. Just if you want to talk about it, Mike, just say it. It's at this point we've made such a big deal about it. We have to say something.
Go ahead, let's talk about it. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say it, and you're gonna get mad.
Nah. just do it.
All right, you guys.
Oh my God! I can't believe you did that.
No.
Go ahead.
In the trailer, and I don't know the context of this because everything is all, cut together. It's like a voiceover. You don't know anything. So
we all know the trailer pacing, first of all. Like it's mystery, fast paced, cut,
teaser.
build, silence.
Yes. Like I said, the majority of the trailer is just showing the characters are back. But the one thing, Luke says the sentence, and I don't know if I'm getting this 100% right, but it's like, it's time for the Jedi to end. Luke says that. Cool. That's what everyone is talking about from this trailer.
That's fine.
See? You're a little bothered, Jim.
That's fine. It's fine. I'm good. I'm not bothered. It's fine. Corey's a little bothered, though. You can see Corey's like, No, I'm good.
No, it's interesting. That's a good tease because in context it's going to be something stupid now. It's gonna.
Yeah, like
time for the Jedi to end dinner. And let's go back to training.
The galaxy knows them, maybe, to finish the statement. But I always felt like Tony's talked about this a billion times. Now we can get into this conversation.
It could be it's time for the Jedi to end hiding or something. Who knows?
I can contribute to this conversation, and I haven't even seen the teaser. Tony, you sat there talking about how ridiculously dumb the Jedi have been in this universe. And this is kind of, in my mind, out of context and have no idea what I've seen. This sounds like it's right up your alley. Like, this is exactly what we're looking for, right?
Probably. Luke realized, hey, I'm a bitch. My dad was a bitch. My nephew's a bitch. You know what? It's just dumb. The Jedi just gotta end. Like, we just fuck this. We just fuck the galaxy over by our mere existence. Our family lineage sucks so bad. Like, it just needs to end.
I think this is Luke's turnaround. This is Luke's redemption for Tony.
Yeah,
Tony's gonna get on board the Luke train.
Now, does this mean
do something for a fucking change?
Is this maybe a little Dark Empire Luke? Is he like dark side?
I guess that's
one line.
That's
very red and white. The poster.
That's what I'm saying. And the other thing about the Clone Wars and even Rebels, to an extent, they've talked about the balance and how you have to deal with both sides of the Force to have true balance. So,
which always bothered me because it's just like, so then why are you even trying?
But that's the balance.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I think when Luke, when Kylo Ren, defected, Luke was just like, fuck this shit. Like, I couldn't even train one class without one of these fuckers going to the dark side. I'm out. Like, just like peaced out. And then he's like, yeah, fuck the Jedi. It's time for the Jedi to end. We're nothing but a nuisance to this galaxy. We're just scumbags.
It could be that, or like I said, he's more of a balanced person, and the Jedi weren't balanced. They were all, the light side of the Force, not using any of the dark side. maybe that's about the balance that we've always heard about in these universes.
So, but what happens if it's not balanced? Like, because most of the time where people were worried about the balance is if the dark side gained too much power. What happens if it's all light side?
Well, that was the problem. It was all light side back before. I mean, you had 2 Sith Lords and thousands of Jedi.
Thousands of Jedi doing nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you need the balance, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm assuming...
So they have something to do every day, someone to fight.
I'm assuming Rey is going to say something like, I need you to train me or something like that. And Luke is going to refuse and be like, no, it's time for the Jedi end. I can't train you. And just be fucking crabby old hermit.
Hermit Luke?
Yep.
All right. That's a cool poster, by the way, even though it rips off of Tron.
And the first Star Wars film.
I don't like it.
I didn't like it either.
I like that.
I mean, the first Star Wars poster
it just
is
looks,
that classic.
It's very empty compared to the other Star Wars posters.
And it looks very, very CG, I think. Just like...
we'll see what we get in this movie, but they really went back to practical effects in that first, in 7, and that is, I think, what made it so much more popular, is they went back to those practical effects and less CG.
I think it was the fact that you got Han Solo and...
Yeah, but...
Yeah, that helps.
I mean, Lucas filled all of the original even with CG, and they're worse.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, but I'm just saying I don't think just the practical effects is what made it popular. I think it helped.
I'm not saying just that, but I think that helps.
Have a better look.
Plus, if you notice, if you watch movies that use practical effects, they age better than CG.
Of course.
Yeah.
So
except for Jurassic Park for some reason.
Because a lot of that was still practical.
That was practical. Yes, that was.
And every time that's good. Almost every time they used CG, it was in the dark, in the rain, which is the best time for everything to look sort of shiny.
Yeah. All right. The last bit of news for the Star Wars thing that I thought was interesting was will be the last season of Rebels, which we've kind of talked about already. But the best was that we've gotten teased that Ahsoka will return in the final season. Our girl.
I still don't know what happened to her, so don't spoil that.
Yeah, I'm not going to. But then I can't talk about the next part. His T-shirt, the guy was trolling everybody at the convention. Did you guys read about that? What's his name? Fioni? Is that who runs it? Who runs the Star Wars thing? The creator of Rebels
this part.
has a T-shirt on of. It's a mystery what happens to Ahsoka. We don't know.
But somebody does.
It's somebody that his says her name ? And then it changed he put a shirt on and it said ! So whatever that means. So is she coming back or whatever? We don't know. Do
we get those Glenn's alive, Glenn's dead shirts out now?
That's the kind of idea.
Cross it off and then put Ahsoka on it?
Yeah. Yep. All right. That's the last bit of that's the last bit for movie news out of the Star Wars celebration, right?
Yeah.
I assume we get a full. Do we get a full trailer drop on May 4th? Or is that too soon?
Might be too soon.
What's weird is they never do anything really fun on May 4th. It seems like you would, but they don't ever do it.
Yeah,
it's so dumb. Why wouldn't you just have it on May 4th?
The celebration itself? Yeah, I don't know. It's a Star Wars day.
Because I guess it wasn't really a Star Wars day until a few years back.
Well, now that the Jedi ended, perhaps May the 4th be with you is no longer going to be a thing.
Maybe Mel Brooks will take it over.
Aren't Jedis.
Maybe Mel Brooks will take it over.
Maybe they have to destroy the Force in this one.
There you go.
I'm telling you guys, it's going to be about bringing balance. Light side, using the light side, and the dark side, which is why that poster has blue and red.
I think it's probably what Tony said. It's just that he's like, oh, Jedi always fuck up.
All right. Just mark it here, guys. We'll see who's right. I'm telling you, I really think I'm right about this.
The whole balance thing, it just sounds like writers' concern, not characters' concern.
Well, it's also the premise of the whole.
It doesn't even make sense if
Skywalker legacy.
It's like we have to have light and dark. It's like, all right, so you want me to let Sith run around the galaxy, fucking people up?
No, I'm talking about using both sides of the Force.
But why?
So you keep the balance. So it's like.
But why?
Because if you're too good, you're actually bad because you're not doing good for the universe like the Jedi weren't.
When you try to please everyone, you please no one.
You have to stand in the middle. You have to stand in the middle. Everybody's neutral. You got to be that gray. It's gray. See, and he's wearing gray robes when we see him at the end of episode 7. It's all gray. It's all about those gray. Although I heard he dons black again later, so. Whatever. All right. Moving on to Marvel. Josh Brolin cast as Cable in Deadpool 2. Well, moving on to Fox, but Marvel. You know.
Cool.
It's all right.
Good
It's kind of
casting?
funny
I don't know.
because he's also Thanos, but doesn't really matter.
No,
He'll always be Brand from Goonies to me. Like that's always who I always see him as.
Yeah.
But I think
he does have that look. He still looks just. I mean, you watch that movie and you're like, man, so long ago, but you can just know who it is immediately. You know.
But he was also in a DC movie as well. DC comic book, Jonah Hex.
Oh, he was in Jonah Hex, yeah.
So making the trifecta. Well, he got to be in Spider-Man at some point. Then he could really be in all of them. But that's fine. I like it. I do like the actor, and I like the role that he's going to play, and I think that it fits well with it. So I'm glad that they didn't say, hey, he's Thanos, we can't cast him. He's like untouchable. I'm glad they didn't do that. And now there's even more fuel for Deadpool to mouth off on.
Yes.
Can't wait for that obvious reference from Deadpool.
I mean, they're going to reference it like up the wazoo and never say Thanos whatsoever, but it's going to...
Yeah, it'll definitely happen. Did you guys check out the set photos for the Punisher? I don't know if I like his outfit from that set photo. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
It's like a body
I don't
armor.
care about what set photos look like because it's not what it's going to look like on the show.
But
So
it's
like you can't
he's got
judge
like a
it.
piece of body armor with a skull on it. I just, I don't know. I preferred the other way he dressed in Daredevil, just kind of more dressed as a normal person, and that was it.
I mean,
really.
I'm not a fan of what they look like when they're wearing their like Daredevil's costume's kind of dumb in my opinion. I liked his ninja outfit better, but
Yeah. It was
the guy got to go
better.
iconic.
Yeah. All right.
But as far as set photos go, like it never looks that way once it hits the screen. Like I think Quicksilver.
Yes.
Yes, Quicksilver from Days of Future Past.
Thing. Yeah.
I mean, that was a great example of how dumb something can look when it's not in the film.
Yeah. That's a good point. Good point. All right. Let's get into what we've been up to. Corey, kick us off. We haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while. I actually had to write it down because I forgot like a lot of it, but it was. Then I was like, oh, it's actually not that much. But as far as like what I've watched, I got to see Logan with Mike again, and I have to say it's better the second time. Like you can really sit back and just enjoy instead of like being like, oh man, what's gonna happen? Like you can enjoy what's happening and kind of see where they're leading things and where they're going with stuff. I mean, there's that. It's really well done, and as far as the second viewing, I think it's worth it to go see that again, or just get it on video, or whatever, and watch it again.
I think May 23rd. I think it's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out soon, so it definitely it's good. It's worth watching, and this is the Wolverine that I wish we had in Origins, and even in the Wolverine.
Yeah,
it would have been nice. Then on Netflix, I watched Troll Hunters last time, I think, and I finished that first season. It's really good for a kids show. It still kind of draws that line where like Avatar: The Last Airbender was a kids show, but it was still enjoyable for me and adults and people who like anime. But I definitely would recommend this show. I think it's good and it's getting better as it went on. It's just unfortunate that they don't have their main voice actor anymore. But they did say that they have a lot of it recorded, and they already had planned out 50 episodes of this, or 50 or 60 episodes of it. And so they had recorded most of that stuff with him already. So they're going to try to use it as much as possible. But My Hero Academia, started watching season 2.
Same here. I watched the first episode and I stopped myself because I'm like, I feel like this is the kind of show that like you want to find where the arcs are and then watch the arc.
Yeah, this is the. I mean, this is the arc. I mean, you're in the new arc, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like they do it in like certain segments. Like there's little mini segments, and that's what I'm saying. I think I just read that the latest episode finishes off like a small run that just occurred in the show. So I'm gonna watch it now.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. I think that it's definitely should watch it, Tony, if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. I think it's really good. So
yeah, okay. I think you talked about what I was saying before with it and how it starts slow, but once it gets going, it just doesn't stop.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh shit. Then I'm all caught up on Shield. I think that it's best it's ever been.
I'm the last 2 episodes, and there's one. That's tomorrow, isn't it? But man, the last 2 episodes have gotten like they started off strong, and then they even finished the next episode. Like
I think it really helps to do those segmented storylines with the Ghost Rider and the LMD, and now the storyline they're in now. It's really benefited them, and I think the acting has been so much better as well. And I really like how they're taking characters and then make them do things that we haven't seen them do before, and it's really neat.
And some of them come across as like oh shit, like that's wow. There's some darkness there.
I'm not quite there with you guys. I caught up on them both too. I thought the first episode was kind of annoying to me. I never like arcs where everyone is sort of like under the influence or something and out of character, and that's like all this is. Oh yeah, kind of.
That is all this is.
So it always.
I really do. I really like it, but I also really like this type of the aspect of like the darker side of people.
A bizarre world.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, not just bizarre world, just the darker side of people. Like, you know, the Empire is very interesting to me, and in Star Wars, I find that to be interesting. I'm really excited for Battlefront 2 to see what that goes, because we're following an Imperial person. But and Thrawn, man, wow, that's everything I wanted it to be. The book I'm talking about now.
Yeah, I want to read that.
It's so good. I have like maybe 2 hours left of it, and so it's awesome. I get to learn the backstories of a couple characters from a character from Rebels as well, and you learn more about Thrawn, and this is all canon. So you're like, oh, now it's like, where does this go? Because we know where Star Wars goes, but where does this go with this character? And it's cool to see his rise to.
This is like pre-Rebels.
Yeah, I mean, this is his origin. This is not like what we thought we were gonna get. Like, what happened to Ahsoka and stuff? We're gonna find out. And,
and we got that crappy book.
And we got like a 6-hour audiobook on
an episode.
That could have been a podcast.
Yeah. Well, it could have been a 30-minute episode of the show.
It's so bad. But this, like, it was written by Timothy Zahn. It's voiced by Mark Thompson, I think his name. Same guy who did the Thrawn trilogy on Audible. It's like you just goes right into it, and it's like the same voices. It's like it's awesome, and I really like where they went with it, and I love that it's canon now, because we get to find out things that we didn't know before.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's basically the most I've been up to. That's worth mentioning. I mean, it's hard to find time for other stuff with the 2 kids now.
All right. I can finish up real quick. I mean, the only thing I've watched differently than like Shield. I caught up to the 100, which I was only one episode last time, so that's good. It's very good. It's a good show. I can't say that enough. But the biggest thing I've watched this week, besides the Shield episodes, which were very good, was Planet Earth 2. I got that for my 4K. Oh shit, it is awesome. So, have you ever seen the Planet Earth series? It was on BBC, and they released it on Blu-ray, and it always was like the pinnacle
with American narrators, which I think was it Sigourney Weaver or something.
You don't have it on this, but this is the British narrator, so we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the real narrators doing the Planet Earth 2, but like the visuals in the first one were amazing. This is shot with 4K. It's in HDR. And my jaw and my eyes like melted. It was just like amazing. Like I can't describe it enough.
So this is what the next evolution. Excuse me.
Yeah,
the next evolution of Rebel. I got something in my throat.
If you guys would go to the store and they show this Blu-ray and this 4K in the store to people, like I think everybody would buy a 4K TV. It's just it's amazing looking. So I mean it's so good, and the content. Obviously, the content is it's so cool. Like the wildlife. They did the one I watched was on islands, so they covered island wildlife, and they obviously it's a lot of water, and so they love their little water effects, just like video games, 4K and HDR. Love that, but like they cover different penguins. It's really cool. Like it was really interesting. So I like it. It's a really cool pickup. I got it on sale, so it was definitely worth it for me at Best Buy, and I'm happy you picked it up. And I'm using my Xbox for something.
Yay!
4K Blu-ray, cheapest player on the market. So
you didn't get Rogue One in HDR 4K or whatever.
They don't make it.
Oh, really?
This is we all know. Yeah,
that's weird.
No, but we all know why. So they can sell this version of it, and then at Christmas release the 4K box set of all the Star Wars movies when the next movie comes out. It's merchandising 101. You make them double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip. I think this is like the 6th time I bought Star Wars, so I'm always there. But I wanted to get the Steelbook at Best Buy for Rogue One because I've gotten all the Steelbooks for Star Wars. Breaking off in the story, this is why I don't own it yet. Because I can't find the fucking Steelbook anywhere at Best Buy. It's gone.
Yeah, they sold out pretty quickly.
So I'm hoping that they get more in. They will. And I'll pick it up there then. So, because I want to keep that Steelbook set going, So, all right. And that's it. That's it for me. What I've been watching. So, Mike.
So yeah, like I said, I did catch up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I watched the 2nd episode right before this, actually. And I liked the 2nd episode more. It definitely picked up because there was more people who knew what was going on. When everyone doesn't know what's going on, I find it frustrating and stuff. And like, the 1st episode was just like,
you don't like the plot device. I get it. No, I understand not liking plot. We've had discussions on this podcast about plot devices not working. So I understand. Like, some plot devices are not for some people.
But I'm liking now. It's picking up a bit. And I do like a hero version of a certain character that we haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, it's a like refreshing look on that. And then also villain. I like the villain version of something we haven't seen.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I'm curious to see where they're going to go with that. Like, the real world repercussions, if there are any. I think there will be, though.
There will be. Yeah,
I hope it's not an artificial. I hope it's not relationship focused.
No, but they really made it like just before all that shit went down about talking about how like the innermost, like the deep down, like there's some part of this is actually happening to people because this is what they think. Like this is somewhere in them. They made that statement beforehand.
Wait, is this Persona now?
Yes, it is their hearts. Somewhere in their hearts, they are like this. So, but yeah. All right.
It's interesting, though. He's one of my, that character is one of the characters I'm more interested in than other ones. Mac is not, but he had a bit of a role in here, and I predict he's not going to want to leave. And he also should be Luke Cage instead of... Now that I'm thinking of this, and I'm going to pivot this
everybody could be Luke Cage better.
I'm pivoting to Iron Fist. These last two Netflix shows, the casting of the main character is the problem. And I thought Michael Coulter's okay, but you compare him to these other people, and he's just sleepy. Like, he's a sleepy Luke Cage. Like, it's hard to describe, but he's just...
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, it might be writing with that, but you're right. Like, personality, like, it just doesn't come through.
I think the guy who plays Mac, and obviously The Rock is ridiculous, but the guy who plays Mac, someone like him would have been better. He just has more energy to him. But anyway,
he's more charisma.
Yeah.
So now I finished Iron Fist. That's what I'm getting to here.
Yay! Oh, it's everything you wanted it to be, right?
I had really no expectations going. I don't know anything about.
So now you understand like why I'm like, how does Defenders come into play now? Like, why? What is he thinking?
Well, now it's probably finally the question where Claire goes, I know a guy, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, now it's actually going to work in the next season, Defenders. But why didn't it work?
The way the show ended, the Meachums, I liked.
Spoiler alert, just in case.
I'm keeping this vague. Meachums, the way they ended, were fine, except for Joy. There's something that totally is unearned and out of place and out of character that happens at the very end for no good reason with Joy.
Yep.
And for the other person, too.
And for the other person, yes. Like, that's just out of nowhere.
The other person should have just gone home.
Yeah.
Just go home.
The other person was a dick from the moment you saw him.
But that was the entire purpose. His entire purpose.
How was he a dick?
He was a total whiny douche from the first time you see it. He was obviously jealous from the very first second you see the two of those characters on screen, and you knew this was going to happen from the first time you see them together.
He's all about duty, and
yet he does everything at the end to not.
That's just out of character. I'm sorry.
It was both.
I thought that was relatively obvious that he was the other person at that table, suggesting what he was, but. I'm glad a certain character survived who I thought wouldn't, because he became the most interesting and fun character on the show by the end of it. This artificial cliffhanger that had nothing to do with anything else. There's a few of them actually at the very end. Really just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Like before this last episode, I was like, well, the second to last episode was okay. It was pretty good. There was some good action in it, and obviously they had a pivot at the third act again, which was But it's like, all right, this could be okay. But the way they ended is it's just like, oh no, you can't feel okay about this. The way it ended, it doesn't feel okay. It feels pretty shitty, and that's just that's the effect of a bad ending, and that's what this was. And Finn Jones is not the most convincing Iron Fist, obviously, but like that's just one of the problems.
That's where Finn Jones came from. Like, where are you pulling Finn Jones from?
Yeah, no, that's what happened. It was I had Iron Fist on my head.
And I'm wondering, why does he need Justin Timberlake hair throughout this whole show? Like, I don't get it. Is it just to help have a stuntman wear a wig or something? Like, it seems silly to me, this whole show, but whatever.
Yeah, so it's silly to me that
but I'm a monk with a perm. Like,
well, he leaves because a hawk flies by, and he was perfectly well shaven and like done up fine. What happened from that point to he couldn't find a bathroom? I mean, geez.
I don't know. And I thought they would give a better reason for why he left. Like they were building up to that, and then he's just like, yeah, it just kind of felt like it. It's like what?
Yeah. Like there's the exit. I could just.
I wanted to follow this bird.
Yeah. Like,
I was looking for a sign, and a bird flew by.
Yep.
It's like, wow, God. A bird flew by. Really? You don't say.
But, I'm still looking forward to Defenders, but yeah, they're going to have to, these last two shows, both of them, they're going to have to pull some bullshit out of their asses to get certain characters back.
Yeah.
But you would have thought, especially considering
also,
the timing of this
just
one,
want to
it would have been a better setup than it was, but it wasn't.
The monk, where were this Appalachian Mountains, whatever, the Himalayan mountains? Like it was supposed to be freezing. That looked like the warmest place. Like that snow looked like Like it should just be like. It was so bad.
Terrible effects.
Everyone is just like perfectly comfortable there too, except for I guess Colleen. But everyone else is just like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah.
We definitely bashed Iron Fist a bunch.
We bashed it, and I was higher on the show for sure than you are. I still might be, but the very end was just why throw in new cliffhangers that had nothing to do with everything that's happened so far? Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I like how you're not even mentioning like the worst part of the last episode. When he fights the last character, who's not even really a trained martial artist whatsoever.
Wait, Tony. He was clearly practicing all season long.
All season he was.
He was
on a punching bag.
He broke it.
So training for a couple months on a punching bag is equivalent to the Iron Fist training. Yeah. That's what I'm getting.
Well, when you're Finn Jones who can't do kung fu, yeah.
Well, he did get like shot before that a little bit, but
his hand got shot.
So that's his primary means of hitting people.
So now he can't masturbate. Big deal.
No, actually, that was not... Mike, that's where you're wrong. That was not his primary means of hitting people. That was his primary means of breaking doors. That was it. That thing did nothing in the show.
I also thought when...
Stop the bullet once.
Yeah, I also thought when that happened that it would have ended up in an ally. I really expected that bullet that he stopped to end up in, like, one of the people he was protecting. But no, it was just unaccounted for.
But not even that. There's a one point where he's getting shit talked, and then he does a surprise attack against the last character.
And he runs away.
He runs away. It's like,
yes, that was the worst part of the show.
Like
that was one of the worst sequences. That was one of the worst sequences I had seen.
That's
what they teach up there, man. That's how they teach martial arts.
If you're the Iron Fist, you hit and run.
You know what would have helped? They should have had him shot again, like somewhere else, to maybe better even the playing field, have a reason why he can't sustain an attack. Just shoot him one more time. Then it would have made a little more sense. Anywhere else.
A little more.
Yeah, give him something, some reason for that. But
that's what they did to John Wick, man.
Yeah,
right?
Then the ultimate cock tease was when, the character's about to whatever, and he looks at him and you see the red lights that become eyes, and you're like, really, this is it. This is the pivotal moment where you see
the dragon eyes, yeah.
And it's like, nope, nothing. It's like Fuck you! Fuck you!
I don't need to see a giant CGI dragon. I'm sorry. I didn't need to see that.
I'm not
talking about talking and some story to figure out what the hell he's doing, why he's doing this.
That's the reason he was unbalanced or whatever, or like his chi was gone, and the red light solved all that for him. That's the biggest issue.
We were supposed to find out like why he was chosen to be the Iron Fist, and we didn't. And frankly,
I don't think we're supposed to know yet.
But why have that sequence? But then why have that sequence in there?
Yeah, I'm done with Iron Fist for now. Let's move on. Let's fuck this guy.
Tony, what have you been watching? Anything?
I watched Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super.
The last episode was kind of just building up.
Wait, did you see the last episode?
No. I'm behind. I'm still
I like it because there's a lot of nostalgia, but like they're just throwing parallels out the window now because there are characters that are just going toe to toe with like Goku and Vegeta, and you're just like, wait, that doesn't even make sense right now. Like, how is this happening?
Yeah. Okay.
Did they get shot in the hand?
No.
But they definitely have they have better kung fu training than Joe's did. So.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Well, that'll wrap up this one. Let's go to the Games Cast. That's going to wrap up the Moviecast. Write us podcast, allicangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter at allicangeek. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tune into the Games Cast coming up shortly. So, thanks for tuning in.